This week, we've introduced you to a handful of people on Delmarva who know the painful journey of overcoming eating disorders. While they've made significant progress, it's still a long road ahead. 47 ABC's Lily Zhang takes us through their recovery process.
Well, as we learned this week, having an eating disorder can have a huge strain on somebody physically, emotionally, and mentally. But the healing process does not only impact a person with the disorder, instead it reaches their loved ones as well. Ali Gurecki says she's about 95% recovered from her battle with anorexia and bulimia. But it's taken her and her family a long time to get here. At the age of 12, Ali lost 40 pounds within a summer from surviving on as little as an apple each day, prompting her mother, Susie Gurecki, to step in.
She would be on the floor screaming and crying and begging me not to let her eat, or cursing me like somebody I'd never heard before, just because food was such a factor.
It led to multiple hospital stays in high school. Ali was admitted at Johns Hopkins for a 4-week treatment program as a high school junior. The year before, she had spent 6 weeks as an inpatient at Sheppard Pratt, a psychiatric hospital located in a suburb of Baltimore, Maryland. However, she admits it felt like a step back at times.
In my opinion, it made everything worse because I was so focused on comparing myself to everyone else who was in the hospital with me. Like, there was different meal plans. Like, some people had to eat more than others, and I was like, why don't they make me eat more? Like, am I too fat? Stuff like that.
Licensed clinical counselor Melinda Brett explains these thoughts during recovery are normal. After admitting there is a problem, an important step includes what she calls feeding the brain. That's when treatment options can be discussed and individualized. According to Brett, when restriction begins, a rational brain is hijacked, which is why she says relapsing, in fact, is so common it can be healthy.
A lot of times people think that, you have a problem and here's the solution and you should just make this linear beehive right to that. And that's not how it works. Eating is complicated, the why we use food, how we use food socially. So sometimes relapsing is a way to just kind of revisit some things and learn at a deeper level.
Alex Pinto says her recovery process is a little different than Ali's. Transferring from Randolph College to Salisbury University in order to be closer to her family was a big step. She works with therapists like Brett and a psychiatrist at Sheppard Pratt on a regular basis. But she tells 47 ABC she chose not to seek inpatient treatment despite plummeting to 98 pounds during her sophomore year of college.
I think that it would have been beneficial if I went, but I think that my family has gotten me through a lot of it. And I think that if I went up there, then it would have been a lot harder for me.
It's family that she says has helped her see there's more to life than living with an eating disorder. Susan Smith, a mother of 2, says her strength comes from her children. During her 25-year battle with anorexia, bulimia, and overexercising, she was admitted twice for inpatient treatment. And she's still in the process of recovering with the help of therapy.
I don't have time now to be depressed to the point where I'm in bed all day. I can't do that because I have to work and I have to get my kids and take them to basketball or wherever.
Ali's mother, Susie, says recovery extends further than just her daughter. For other families going through it, she says it's important to separate the disease from their loved one.
It was like there was something else in the relationship. It was Ali and it was me, but there was this unseen force that was in her head that would tell her lies, it would tell her things, and no matter what we would say as a family, she didn't hear it, she would balk at it.
Ali, Alex, and Susan all say some days are harder than others.
You have to remind yourself every day that you want a future. Like for me, it was, I want kids one day, I want to get married one day, I want to go to college. And I had to tell myself that every day because that would not have happened if I continued doing what I was doing.
Hard, but not impossible.
Should somebody completely recover and they never face issues with food again? I don't think you can live in this culture and be somebody that doesn't have that affect you. So I think that's unreasonable. But can you be really recovered from the hopeless state that you live in when you have an eating disorder? Absolutely.
As Allie, Alex, and Susan mentioned, support is huge when it comes to recovery. That includes family, but also professional help. You can find a list of the closest resource centers and parts 1 and 2 of this series on our website, 47abc.com. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Lily. That was 47 ABC's Lily Zhang reporting for us tonight.